Elizabeth Grant.
You're going to see a difference in your skin, which is phenomenal.
I often look at myself today and I say, I don't think I'd be here and I don't think I'd be the person I am if it wasn't for Elizabeth.
This is the essence of Jerusalem.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
You have grandmothers who cook, who bake, who do sweet little nothings. And that was the total opposite of my grams.
Mother Nature's there to give you lines and give you wrinkles, and I'm there to see that it doesn't happen.
I love this picture.
I love it too.
Elizabeth was born in London, England, 100 years ago. The world was very different then.
She believed in understanding that the power to make her happiness and to make her choices really came from herself. She learned to create this confidence inside of her from a really young age of 11 on, because when she lost her father when she was 7, she felt that she lost her whole world.
Elizabeth has taught me, even though on the road to success, there's going to be so many reasons why you shouldn't be successful, you have to stay on the path.
So although the day started off as a horrific incident, I think there was something inside of my grandmother that knew that she would be okay.
She was a makeup artist. She worked at L Street Studios.
And now, with the aid of this wonderful makeup, I will show you how to be beautiful.
She was done filming for the day. She was walking the streets of London, England with her girlfriend, and they didn't know what they were going to do that night. They didn't know if they were going to go out for drinks, if they were going to go for a little shop. And then all of a sudden, it all changed.
A V-2 rocket came and exploded in a street close to her. She said you used to hear a noise, and then when it stopped, you stopped hearing a noise, you knew that it was going to fall.
We were bombed day after day, and one dropped on the street parallel to where I was walking.
She always describes it, she says, almost like slow motion.
My grandmother never felt that she was pretty enough for anything. So when she felt that she was gorgeous, when she had those moments of feeling like a head turner, because she was, and that was taken away from her, her whole new identity and confidence that she had was gone.
When the ambulance came, they started saying to her, you know, I'm sorry, you're going to be scarred. And she said for the first time in her life, she started hiding. You know, she'd go out with a big hat and dark glasses. It must have been the most frightening time.
It was really difficult for my grandmother. She went into a very dark, sad place.
To be told by the doctor when he removed all the glass that I would be scarred was devastating to me. I was devastated. It changed my personality completely.
Elizabeth always says, you know, when something bad happens, good will generally follow. And she was very lucky because she had a doctor who was very kind, and he really helped remove the glass and everything.
So every day, almost around the same time, tea time, she would go to her doctor's office, and there was no Vogue magazines in the doctor's offices at those days, so she picked up a medical journal.
And she read about this substance that helped treat war wounds.
In front of me was an open book, and it was War Wounds. War Wounds? That's me.
She knew she had to scribble down the name of this product that she saw.
So she wrote it down. And the doctor came in and he said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Well, I'm just paging through this." He said, "Well, you wouldn't understand it in any case, dear." Yeah, closed it.
There's nothing you can do for your skin.
And Elizabeth went to a friend of hers who was a chemist. She said, "Have you heard about it?" He said, "Yeah, I have." She said, "Can you make it for me?"
He said, "Oh, don't talk rubbish." Anyway, he made it for me. He gave me this serum. I started using it, and it started to heal.
And that became the very first sample of what we now know today as the essence of Jerusalem. And she got the main kiosk, the biggest kiosk in Selfridges, with the 2 main window dressings with her face on it. She was visiting her sister at the time in South Africa, and she saw this handsome, stunning, charismatic man, and she fell in love. And she uprooted her whole life to chase her greatest love story. She was head over heels in love with my grandfather, Sidney. My grandmother always used to say that there was not a night on the town that they were either not being entertained or not entertaining. And they always dressed to the nines, regardless of if they had plans, because they knew they would find them. She was so in love with him.
It was only after her husband died that we said, come to Canada, come be with us.
You know, the first few years were before Graham's moved to Canada, this was one of her first visits.
Yeah.
My late father and his brother, my uncle, called my grandmother and said, "Mom, it's enough of you being alone in South Africa. Come here. You'll be with your family."
She's okay.
In 1994, she came over officially, and she was able to start her life here with all of us again.
Always apply your makeup at least a half an hour before going out.
When Elizabeth came here, she used to watch the Shopping Channel.
And we were pretty obsessed with the way that the Shopping Channel worked as South Africans.
A message that once took weeks, even months to reach an audience of thousands can now be done in seconds.
And in those days, it was just stills.
It's the cordless telephone from Sony. We're inviting you to use Easy Pay.
So almost overnight, it went from still pictures to live presenters.
One day she phoned me up and she said, "Marion, I can see people."
There are people, there are live people.
And she was so excited. And she started to tell me all about the presenters. So I started to watch it. And I thought, who on earth is going to buy anything watching TV and buying things late at night? But I was fascinated.
And they said, let's give it a shot. This is like the original time when she was starting to film Elizabeth Grant before we went on the Shopping Channel. I feel like this was either to pitch the Shopping Channel or it was like the infomercial that we were doing.
Action.
Have you ever walked into a store, gone to the cosmetic department
No,
to be...
stop.
Sorry. Oh, I had a hat that did that.
We made the decision that we were going to start and we were going to sell on the Shopping Channel.
It was the perfect way for my grandmother to be my grandmother.
Tune in for another exciting episode. Every woman over the age of 30 needs to use this.
We started with 4 30-minute shows with 2 products. And it just kept growing and growing and growing since then.
This is your very own room, your Elizabeth Grant room. Wait, this room is a dedication to your success, your determination, and your personality. Wonderful, huh?
She's given me wonderful relationship advice. She's taught me about forgiveness, how to be a better parent.
Good night, sweetheart, when the day is dawning. Good.
She empowered me as a little girl to be a strong, confident woman.
You're too conscious of the camera.
I admire her, she's my mentor, and she's my best friend.
My grandmother has given me a lot of advice. Some polite, some impolite. But the biggest one is be charming, be charming, be charming. Yes, there's 100 birthday candles on her cake. Yes, there's been 100 years on this planet. She still has the spirit of an 18-year-old. She still has never been an old woman in my mind. So it doesn't even make sense to me.
Somebody fixed me up with a date last week.
Oh.
He was 80-something. I mean, what, you know, this age group. Do you know that I had to slap his face twice? Ask me why.
Why?
To wake him up.
For sure, Elizabeth has a larger-than-life personality. Well, I could tell you that the secret to Elizabeth's longevity is maybe she drinks Jerusalem, but she doesn't. She believes in life and laughter.
Remember how she always used to dress up? She used to put a funny nose on, a moustache.
Both on good times and bad times.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to my Jerusalem family. You give me that reason to get up every single day. Bless you, all of you. I love you very much. Bye-bye.